Hello and welcome to another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the show. In each episode, we take a look at a movie that is featured on Disney+. On this episode, we're taking a look at the 2003 family comedy Freaky Friday, starring Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis. And if you are enjoying these videos, I do ask that you please hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified with each new video. But for now, sit back and enjoy this episode of Disney Movie Investigation. So like I said, today we're covering Freaky Friday, and this was released on August 4th, 2003, and it was directed by Mark Waters. It is based on the novel Freaky Friday by Mary Rogers, and the production companies were Walt Disney Pictures and Gunn Films. And the movie was distributed by Buena Vista Pictures Distribution. This movie had a budget of $26 million, and it did a box office return of $160.8 million. But let's take a look at the production history. So the character played by Lindsay Lohan was originally written to be a goth teenager, but Lindsay Lohan insisted that it got changed to punk rocker teen, as Lohan felt that no one would be able to relate to the goth teenager. Both Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan were coached on how to play the guitar. Lohan would actually spend a year learning how to play the guitar before production began, but ultimately it was decided that professional musicians would overdub the performances of both Curtis and Lohan. However, Lindsay Lohan did have a track on the soundtrack, the song Ultimate. Initially, producer Andrew Gunn wanted original Freaky Friday cast member Jodie Foster to play the mother role, but Foster declined, refusing saying that she didn't want to take away from the film, saying it would just be a novelty act as opposed to actually a film production. Jamie Lee Curtis would take on the role in the last minute after Annette Bening also dropped out at the last minute. Kelly Osbourne was originally scheduled to play Maddie, but also dropped out when her mother was diagnosed with cancer. Tom Selleck was originally cast as Ryan, but he dropped out when Annette Bening dropped out. So let's take a look at the cast that we do have. So we have Jamie Lee Curtis, who plays Tess Coleman, Lindsay Lohan, who plays Anna Coleman, Harold Gould, who plays Alan Coleman, Chad Michael Murray, who plays Jake, Mark Harmon, who plays Ryan, Christina Vidal, who plays Maddie, and Stephen Tobolowsky, who plays Mr. Elton Bates. In terms of the plot, the wide generation gap between Tess Coleman and her teenage daughter Anna is more evident. They simply cannot understand each other's preferences. On a Thursday night, they have a big argument in a Chinese restaurant. Both receive a fortune cookie, and the next day they ended up switching bodies. As they adjust with their new personalities, they begin to understand each other more, and eventually it is a mutual self-respect that sorts things out. So this was one of Lindsay Lohan's breakthrough roles. She won several awards for this role, including an MTV Movie Award, and a Teen Choice Award. In October of 2022, Jamie Lee Curtis actually expressed interest in doing a sequel to the movie. Lohan also confirmed that she would be interested in making a sequel if Disney provided her with the right script. Jamie Lee Curtis would reveal on The View that she had contacted Disney and made her pitch for a potential sequel. But as of right now, nothing has officially been announced by Disney. So would I recommend this movie? I think this is one of the better teen family comedies. The key to this movie is having really two great comedic actors in the roles. The performances of Curtis and Lohan are great. They do a lot of small things that make it memorable. An example is the way they stand is different when the movie starts to when they change. So each has a kind of a unique stance, and the small nuances really make the movie memorable. The only negative I have to share is the story does tend to drag on a little bit towards the end. They are ultimately leading to the concert and the wedding rehearsal, but it tends to take a while to get there. But it's only a minor criticism. So definitely recommend this one, as it is a great family comedy and something for everyone to enjoy. So thank you so much for joining us here on another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. A bit of a shorter episode this week, but I would invite anyone to please leave a comment below on what they think of Freaky Friday. And so as we look forward to our next episode, we are going to take a look at another comedy, as we took a look at The Banger Sisters, starring Goldie Hawn and Susan Sarandon and Jeffrey Rush. So until next time, I hope you have a magical day, and we will see you real soon.